How you doing? This is John, and welcome to John's Long Box. Today is a snow day. Work was shut down for the day, so my wife's Canadian powers activated. Before I even got out of bed, she had shoveled the walk. Something about the cold snow just, got the polar bear out of her, and it was nice to wake up to the walk already shoveled. So I figured go with the Canadian theme and let's do Captain Canuck. So Captain Canuck. This is a very confusing character. Okay, this came out in 1975. He was created by Richard Comely. He was the artist and writer, and Ron Leishman, who kind of like fades away from the character. I don't know whatever happened to Ron, but Richard Comely stayed with the character till this day. All right. This came out in 1975, and it's set in the future of 1993, where Canada emerges as the most powerful nation in the world after the war. Okay, Canada become the most powerful, and this is famous for a bunch of reasons. First, it's a popular character that's still surviving to this day. Second, it's the first comic book to be successful in Canada since World War II destroyed the Canadian comic book industry, destroyed it. So after World War II, they were reading, American and British comics, and here is the first Canadian comic that actually, had any staying power. So here we have some ads for T-shirts and everything like that. And look, here's the first page. We finally made it, Captain Canuck. So Captain Canuck, Volume 1, Number 1, July 1975, by Comely Comics. Portage Avenue, Winnipeg, Manitoba. Copyright 1955, Richard D. Comely. All right, so that's right out of Winnipeg. So if all of Marvel's characters came out of New York originally, and that made New York the capital of the superhero world of Marvel. I'm calling, since Captain Canuck came out of Winnipeg, that it makes Winnipeg the capital of the Canadian superworld. So here we go. This art, I don't want to be mean, but I even for 1975, this was kind of primitive. So here we go. Where are they? The polar stations, or it's keeping, it's watching the world, because the world is like violent and everything, condition blue. And what do we have here? Original character Ron. So I guess he came up with the character, and he took it over, whatever. Okay. You notice I'm not even. I don't want to say anything about the art because I'm sure you know what I'm thinking, but it's not that great. But the storytelling is good. I gotta say, the storytelling is good. You could see what's going on without reading the words. So something crash landed in the polar north regions of Canada. The Canadian government's on high alert. Sending out scientific teams to see what the hell it is, and cool, they got the same ad, and it's Captain Canuck, and what is it? Is that a Royal Blue? I think is his name. Oh, jeez, I forgot the character was even in it. But there's like a small cast of side characters, and here they are. This is CISO. CISO is like their shield. Is the Prime Minister of Canada, and I hate to be mean, but it's like Canada kind of has like an inferiority complex, and they're always like, so in their first superhero fantasy, they're more powerful than the United States. They're more important than the United States. Little brother finally grows up, exceeds big brother. So they're investigating what happened, and a Blue Fox, that's his name, Blue Fox. So that's Blue Fox, and they're investigating. Look, cool little sleds. They're going out in the snow and get attacked by polar bears because this Canadian camp. They meet some Inuits, First Peoples, whatever they call them, and fighting like this group of people that are, I forget what they're doing, like a terrorist organization. And I remember this, pirate. And look at that gun, just awful. No background. The no background thing works if the foreground is exciting and pulls in your eyes so that you don't notice the background thing. So I'm going to say that it doesn't work here. So now they're like, what's going on? What's going on? And the timer's going off. The bomb's going to go off. Captain Canuck is doing his Canadian action-packed thing, and the guy goes to shoot him. Before, so he gets shot by the Inuit before he can pull the trigger. Utak's rifle is hurt again. So this guy gets killed by the friendly Eskimo, Canadian, Inuit, whatever you want to say. And he comes in and he deactivates the bomb. Because he's a superhero. He's a good guy. He's an ad for Captain Canuck, Captain Canuck's Comics Club. I love this. They're trying to make up a community like Stan Lee did with the Mighty Marvel Marching Society, or FOOB, Friends of Old Marvel. So, good for him. Good for him. So now the Canadian military's coming to round up the, or CISO, Canadian International Security Office. So CISO's coming to round up the terror. Mission complete. Little framing sequence, some photographs of an actual base, which is kind of cool. And these people helped make this comic. And here's the backup story. John, a legend is born. And I have absolutely no recollection of this. But I don't even know what this is. This guy's going into space. He's like John Carter, Warlord of Mars, very derivative of that. I'm just flipping through it because I just like John Carter, except in fighting Martians, he's fighting other humans and Ming the Merciless. So here's an editorial about the genesis of the character, Captain Canuck, the first drawing of Captain Canuck by Richard Comley. Their hero, their their treatise, their write-up, their treatment. That's the word I was looking for. Treatment. This is their treatment of the character, how he's, what it means. Here's some art references for the artist. A baby as opposed to a man. This is kind of cool. Free booklet, how to build fit. Okay, that's cool. Sculpted sports models. I never saw that before. You can have Captain Canuck come right to your door. So this is subscription. 1857 Portage Avenue, Winnipeg, Manitoba. 12 issues for $3. So they tell the origin and later things. So this is 1993. After the war, Canada emerges as the most powerful nation in the world. And he was abducted by aliens, tested and experimented and given powers. I kind of find that to be a lazy origin. And what I also don't like, although I do like Captain Canuck, is it removes Canada from the creation of their national superhero. Like Captain America was made to fight Nazis in World War II to by American scientists and stuff like that, and it's also like the war. Like we took some German scientists to help us develop the A-bomb. We took some German scientists to help reform and make the super soldier serum for Captain America. But this is just, hey, he could have been. He could have been an Andorran superhero if the aliens had landed in Andorra. So I find that to be a mistake. But it's an enduring character. It's still being published. So, his secret identity is Tom Evans, I think it is. And yes, Tom Evans is the first Captain Canuck. Then they did the second series. The second series was set like in the present, so it was no more like futuristic. So they removed like the science fiction fascist, like Canada was almost like a fascist country in these comics. Kind of dark. This lasted 12 issues. It went on for I think about 6 issues. Then there was like a hiatus. I think they ran out of money or whatever, and then they came back and they finished it. So it ran from like, 79. It went on. It went from 75 to 76. Then it stopped. Then it came back in 79, and it ended in 1981. Then the second series, Darren Oak, that's a cool name, Darren Oak. He became the second Captain Canuck, and the name of the comic was Captain Canuck Reborn, and that was under Semple Comics. And he fought a global conspiracy. So it was like regular Canada, our Canada that in 1993 Canada, fighting, the globalists, the Illuminati or whatever. And then the third incarnation that was launched in 1993. It was 4 issues. The third issue was David Semple was the name of the new Captain Canuck, and he was a Royal Canadian Mounted Police. I mean, you can't get more Canadian than that. Excuse me. And he took out a biker game called the Unholy Avengers, and they were like drug smugglers and stuff like that. So at this point, it's kind of been established that Captain Canuck is just like an identity that anybody could take. It's not like, Captain America is just a legend that I'm going to adopt. So, and then other people become Captain America. Although they're doing that in Marvel now. That's so stupid. I can't stand the idea of the superhero being a mantle rather than just a guy in a costume. It to me, that's just like, I don't know. It just dilutes the thing. When Steve Rogers dies, that should be the end of Captain America. It's like saying Babe Ruth is a mantle. Babe Ruth built up that identity. Babe Ruth made that famous. Babe Ruth built the brand. And when Babe Ruth dies, somebody else just can't put on his uniform and say, I'm the new Babe Ruth. No, create your own. Somebody else, Hank Aaron is not the new Babe Ruth or whatever. Just become your own thing. So even though Spider-Man has a full body mask, when Peter Parker is dead, Spider-Man should be gone and make a new superhero. Somebody else isn't the new Mick Jagger. Somebody else isn't the new The Beatles. It's not a mantle. It's a name. It's an identity. And when that character is gone, that character is gone. Make up a new character. But comic books are sloppy that way, and they're doing that with Captain Canuck. So Captain Canuck is a mantle. So now we're up to the third mantle, the third incarnation, and then now there's Captain Canuck Legacy. And I think that's actually the 2 other Captain Canucks, share the title. One on the East Coast, one on the West Coast, further developing the idea that it's a mantle, which I don't like. And then these are all hard to get. It took me forever to get my Captain Canuck collection. And one of the things I do when I buy comics is I try to buy them in order. So that just limits me from spending infinite money every week on comics. So if I have Captain Canuck 4, I will only buy Captain Canuck 5. So even though I could find Captain Canuck 6, I will wait until I get 5, because I could buy 6, 7, 14, and I could spend $1,000 in 1 week, and then it'll just sit in my house forever until I could find the missing issues. So that's how I kind of limit myself on buying comics. The only time I'll break that rule is if it's like a really super rare comic I just find at a bargain price, and it would just be silly to say no. I bought a few early Fantastic Fours out of it, like Fantastic Four 8 I found for a deal, so I bought that. But anyway, enough about me. Let's get back to Captain Canuck. So I would recommend, if you're interested in Captain Canuck, you could get it from IDW Publishing, and they have 2 collected editions. There's also a web cartoon series. There's an animated series. I've never seen it, and supposedly they're working on a Captain Canuck movie. And being that it's like a Canadian thing, and Canada has like laws against other nations doing their art. So like Canadian TV has to be a certain percentage of Canadian, otherwise that network will lose their license. So what they did is they solicited Canadian authors to submit treatments, and some guy from Vancouver, I don't know his name, won the right to write the script. So there you go. I don't know if it's still in production or not, but there you go. So maybe we'll be looking at a Captain Canuck movie someday. All right, so that's Captain Canuck. Interesting character, difficult backstory to follow. This is the first one, and to me this was my least favorite because, again, Canada was removed from his origin. It's set in the future where Canada's kind of like a fascist government, futuristic, fighting, terrorists and stuff like that. But then the next ones make him more of like a Captain America type hero. He's not super fantastically powered. Government directly responsible for his powers, or at least the nation of Canada was directly responsible for his powers, and fighting Canadian threats. So I like the second and the third iterations better. Thanks a lot. Hope you enjoy your snow day. I know I will. I already am. And thank you for taking time to listen to me ramble about obscure comics. I enjoy this. Thanks a lot. And man, some of these new comments I'm getting are really good. Thank you for everybody. Thank you for the new subscribers. I'm getting reinvigorated about this. It's hard to keep up with stuff during the holidays when stuff is going on, but I'm feeling rewarded. So thank you so much, everybody. You're making this a pleasure. Bye. Bye-bye.